all these bitches come from? Damn. We're flying galore over here. Jesus Christ. Went from like 5 to like 20 out of nowhere. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, I am most certainly feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Right here. Be right back. Hey, doggo. Fuck me. Alright. Bum, bum. Boom. Go time. I wear the same shirt for weeks. I mean, I for weeks, dude. That's not autism. That's like fucking just laziness. Like I'm like literally. Like I mean, what being autistic about that is wearing the same shirt for like 2 or 3 days, which I do. I do that. The only main reason why is just because I have like so many shirts that frankly I get indecisive, so I just wear the same shirt sometimes for a few days. And then I see a shirt, I'm like, you know, I want to wear that today. Then I'll switch it up. Like, obviously, I switched up this shirt because I have my Fishbone shirt on. Actually, I have like 4 shirts over here because I initially thought I was going to be doing more Slam Dancing and Moshing and stuff, but I didn't end up needing all my shirts, so I eventually just like shoved them all back in my car. And just enjoy the vibe without it. Alright, what? Found at Straight Jail 6, girlfriend says. Seeks a marriage in his apartment, pretends to be Peter to lure. Feels Steve. Until Peter will never love her as much as he loves me and Spider. Okay. I have a lot of clothes. I mean, the only thing I have like genuinely a lot of are shirts. I don't really have a lot of pants or socks or anything like that. I mean, I replace socks a lot, mainly because like at a certain point they just end up getting holes in them and shit. So, I mean, when it comes to socks, at least I just end up, you know, going for those pretty frequently. Honestly, the most I generally do have is shirts. I probably have like 40 fucking plus shirts, honestly. I got way more shirts than I frankly know what to do with. I have 2 pairs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having like a couple pairs. I mean, or you know, being kind of minimalistic of clothes, but why not at least like just like switch it up a little bit? Hold on. Straight homeless look here. And I mean, honestly, I've seen people who are certainly not homeless look way worse. Oh, man, I'm just fucking feeling it today. I am feeling it today. Feeling it in my knee, feeling it in my shoulder. Feeling like a stiff board. Feeling like a board. They're not my banks at all. Don't be me. What? I wasn't offering anything? Put a little stuff in the background here. Meta boom, meta boom. You've been generous lately, bro. Oh, you like $100? No, you don't. I know, like, what you technically owe me, and it's like basically the equivalent of like $8, dude. I don't care. And I don't know why you think that, like, for some reason you owe me 20. Like, you gave me 20 randomly, like, a while back. It stayed in my PayPal, and I literally just put that back in your PayPal. Like, a few days later, because I think you asked if, you have, like, a couple bucks or something. So I was like, you have 20 that you gave me, like, a while back. I'll just put that in there. Or just put it back. Fine, 40 then? No! Dude, don't worry about it. Unless you're out here asking for $40, then at that point, then I'll be like, okay, then I would hope to maybe potentially get that paid back at some point, even if it's in installments. But if it's like $5 here, like $7 there, like every now and then, like what, once a month? It's 420 smoking if you got them. Well, yeah, it is 420 somewhere. Not for me yet. But eventually. Holy shit! Oop. Ignite's wearing the blue shirt! Yeah, it's my fishbone shirt. Yeah, see? Yeah, I showed this off last night. Also has some shit on the back. Wait, you can't even see it. Hold on. I have no idea if you can even see it. But it says let the bastards fall on the back. Never seen that before. Well, I got it last night. I got it at the Fishbone concert. Well, to be fair, I only showed it like twice. Here's kind of a way. Well, you know what? I kind of figured. I haven't even brushed this morning. It's still all fucked up from last night. I haven't even bothered with it. So I've just kind of let it do its thing. Wow. Yeah, it's just part of the fun, awesome shit. I wish it was in the medium, but they ran out of mediums of these, so I got large. But you youngsters don't know what that is. Motley Crue? I mean, I do. I actually almost got a chance to go see him live back in like 2018. My brother offered me like, hey, you want to go? And I was like, sure, but he never hit me back up about that. Parachute pants? Yeah, they're like ridiculously kind of like baggy pants on the bottom. Or at least like especially like on like around the legs and stuff because they're meant to be kind of like windbreakers and shit. It's popping. Not much. Having a coffee. Waking up. Feeling sore from last night. All the rage in the 80s. Yeah, there was also bell bottoms. But those are kind of more of like 70s and 60s. But that's kind of where the parachute pants came from. They kind of evolved from those. So what is going on for today? Well, random shit be going down. Oh wait, it's a Sunday, so nothing. You using to catch crows and throw them at people? I know, Ram, I felt like I needed to say that. I mean, why catch crow? Why like, dude, the crows will hate you for that. If anything, they're going to probably avoid you. Like, I would just, like, you know, befriend them, you know, like, it'd be a long game, but you have to, like, feed them, befriend them, and once they see you as actually someone who's cool and chill, they'll like you. Crows are dicks anyway. Or not. They're not dicks. The ones that hang out in my neighborhood aren't douchebags, they're all chill. In fact, I'm pretty sure one of them does bring me gifts. Only bring treasure to certain folk. Yeah, because you befriend them. They try to put up on me. Are you serious? Oh my god, really? I've done nothing to him. Well, you know, birds got shit. And I'm assuming maybe you just happen to be underneath them when that happens. Just that realization. It's already this cool. Not on me. Well, it's just bad timing, I guess. Just realized that captured killers go through the stages of grief in their own way. Think about it. They deny they did anything. Probably angry got caught. They might try to bargain a plea deal. I have to imagine going to prison or being put to death row is pretty depressing. Lastly, they accept their sentence. Yeah. They definitely do, but kind of for the opposite reasons. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. Well, I guess it also depends on the killer, too. Because some of them kind of like the idea of getting caught. Or just kind of love that back and forth game. You know, like, I mean, there's the Zodiac killer, right? Like, he was never caught. But he loved the idea of taunting to police and shit like that and potentially getting caught. Like, it was, like, kind of a game for him. So for, like, some killers, like, if anything, it's kind of like a game, you know, in potentially getting caught. But it just really depends on, like, the personality of that killer. Like, honestly, a lot of them aren't like that necessarily. A lot of them do want to try to kind of be hidden with their shit. So, I mean, yeah, like Dahmer, for example. Like, he wasn't someone who was trying to, like, you know, taunt the police or flex, you know, that he's, you know, doing these killings and shit. He was trying to, like, you know, avoid any attention from that. So it's like, you know, you have someone like him who probably was going for something like that, but just because, oh shit, I was caught, and now society knows my, you know, the things I've done, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, so there's definitely an implication for sure. So I would definitely say, you know, like, when it comes to it, like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's, like, you know, positive, in a sense, in my mind. I suppose it's good that they're going through it in a way of, like, realizing, but, I mean, does that actually mean that they might rehabilitate or not? And even if they did, would they even be safe to be out in public again? Just for Facebook dating? Well, I don't use Facebook, so I'm not, so I just don't care. Like, I don't use Facebook. I mean, it's like, I just generally don't want to use that at all. The idea of using Facebook just, ugh. And that, I just don't want my fucking family finding me on there again. Because I swear to fuck, if I, like, were to make another one, at some point, you know, that information is going to get to my mama or my family, and they're all going to want to friend me and add me and all this other shit. And I'm going to have to block them and be like, no, I don't want you on my, you know, shit. Isn't as bad as Twitter. I don't use Twitter either. At this point, I pretty much, like, occasionally use Instagram, which I'm still kind of having to follow a bunch of people and stuff like that, or and all that shit, so at least it's somewhat catered. And then Threads, which I'm a lazy bastard, and I've still yet to figure that out. I mean, Facebook. Dude, I don't have a Facebook. I mean, I have one from, like, when I was in high school, but it has not been used since, like, 2015 or some shit, dude. Like, no. I don't use Facebook. Yes, you do. No, I don't. I mean, if you're counting Instagram as Facebook, those are different social media platforms that are ran by the same company, Meta. So, I mean, they're different. If you're not a public finger, okay, hold on. I'm getting links galore here. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. What is this? How to get your hands on French's limited edition mustard Skittles? That's disgusting. That's actually fucking disgusting, dude. Oh my god. I love mustard and I like Skittles, but those are things that should never go together. Those never go together. What the fuck? Rose of his bad food takes again. He didn't even do a bad food take. He literally said that's the worst thing he's ever seen. If they said honey mustard Skittles, it might work. Honey mustard, I would be open to try it, I think, at that point, but I'm still gonna say that sounds disgusting. I mean, honey mustard, that's starting to open the door a little bit, but, I mean, I don't know. I still don't think that would work. I'm drunk celebrating movie right now. Well, that'll explain your absurdity. while I'm sitting here just getting caffeinated. You got a little tang and a little sweetness. But I don't know if I want mustard tang with my Skittles. I like that tang with savory foods and shit, and that sweetness and stuff, you know, like when it comes to that. But I mean, I don't know about Skittles. Give it a little month. Added me on dating, I'm shy, I want to say hi, and I don't approach man. I've come across this Sorry Lamau. Just say hello. I mean, just treat it like any other dude, I guess, so at first. Be like, hey, what's up? You know, and just go from there, I don't know. I think this is the issue with, like, relationships sometimes. It's like, people overthink about how horny they might be, and it's like, just don't think about that. Just talk to them. Just say what's up and be like, hey. Gotta add a little... What? You mean pizzazz? Well, what are you trying to say? Gotta add a little pizzas? Yeah. Okay, now I don't know. Yeah, the pizzazz? Wait, you said... I said two things now. I said pizza and pizzazz. No, the first thing, pizzazz. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm also just kind of fucking with you too, a little bit. Drunk Venom is fun to fuck with. Actually suck you. Suck you. Actually suck you. Wow. Love it. Damn YouTube censorship. Oh my god, I love it. Now YouTube's fucking with you. Someone saw straight up porn on Tumblr. It does have an option to report sexually explicit material, and yet posts have over 26,000 us, so I guess it can't uphold what you can enforce. I'm assuming maybe Tumblr is just legitimately loosening up on that shit. No matter what, but you have to come here. Why don't you come over here? Actually, speaking of which, I have a way to potentially, like, convince you. Oh, also found out DRI, OG punk band is coming to fucking town on October 20th. But bro, look at that. Look at that, boy. I don't have any money. Who says you would pay for it? You think my dad spent money at the concert yesterday? I paid for him. 1,000 spare money. Oh my god, it does not cost that much to go, like, fly up here for a weekend. Oh my god, this fucking key lime pie looks fucking amazing, dude. Dude, I love, like, the blend that's going on there. That's delicious. Not taking the K out of you. I'm saying, like, hit your mama and be like, hey, can I go see the show and visit a friend in the PNW? You will pay for my ticket. And don't need to get a hotel room because he has a room here. Be about a K. For a week. We said a week. I said like a weekend. Like, you know, like 3 or 4 days or something. Or like, you know, 2 to 3 nights or some shit. Not a long trip. I mean, I guess it could be like a full-on week, but so what? I mean, it's like I would assume that you would have at least some, you know, some of your SCI, then, you know, to at least for a little bit, some, like, you know, to grab food and stuff like that. And then, you know, when it comes to, you know, like, just, you know, like, going to the show, like, I mean, you know, it's not that big of a deal when it comes to, like, buying a ticket and all that shit. We're gonna be about 500. I mean, is this just for, like, the flights? Like, for the plane tickets? Because if that's the case, then that's one thing. But if it's, like, you know, for the whole, like, actually being here, I mean, I think it might be somewhat overestimating. Yeah. Oh, so just for the plane tickets? Man, what the fuck? Why are they so expensive? I mean, it's just like, going to Iceland for a round trip does not cost that much money. It costs about like $600 fucking dollars. In fact, I found out that you can take a round trip from Portland to Havana in Cuba, and that costs about like $500 something dollars. So how in the fuck is a domestic flight way more expensive than international flights? That just... Hold on. I'm assuming there's an airport in Huntsville, right? That's pretty big. Arizona's rapidly turning desert. It's already been a desert, but it's just literally getting worse. Alright, let's see. Okay, so I found a round trip, and let's say if you were literally to fly out on September 2nd and then come back or go back home on Friday, September 8th, and it's about $419 for a week. And there's other prices, and it looks like it varies between $419 to $440. Okay, so that's still not exactly amazing, but that's at least, you know, way more doable. But let's just actually kind of look at the dates of when Gemini Citron would be showing up, because that would be hypothetically what we'd be doing, right? So let's do that. Be October 20th, right? So let's say you flew in, let's say you show up on Wednesday of that week, so it would be the 18th to, let's say you left on Monday. Let's say you flew in here to Portland on Wednesday, hung out for a little bit, went to the show on the 24th for Gemini Citron, and then left the next week. Then, let's see. That's a no-go. No, I said October 24th. And holy shit. Like, straight up. Like, it's actually cheaper for a round trip. Playing Spider-Man 2. You can wait a little bit. You can wait to go see a live show and visit a friend or whatever the fuck. I mean, my god. And if that really is such a big importance to you, then fucking bring it with you. I've brought my console with me traveling before, because I know I wouldn't have anything. It's cheaper to reserve tickets in advance. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, obviously, you know, let's say hypothetically we, like, bought a round trip ticket flight now. Like, it would actually be pretty relatively cheap. I mean, I will admit the prices are still about in the $400 range, but they're, on average just a little cheaper. Like, it's around like $400 to like $430. A big ass PS5 across the country. Well, you don't have a lot of clothes, so your suitcase would be pretty spacious to have it in there, wouldn't it? Plus, then I could play some shit on there. What, not thinking about me? Come on, what if I want to play some shit? Got more two-player shit on Switch. What if I wanted to play Spider-Man 2 too, bruh? I mean, come on. All I got on PlayStation is Call of Duty and single-player RPGs. You're saying that like that's a bad thing. I mean, Call of Duty, sure, I mean, whatever, but, I mean, that's negligible. But, single-player RPGs, I like those. Oh, wait, you don't want to just, like, stare at me and just be like, jeez, bruh. Could have a turn. Or, like, just, like, backpacking my gameplay, being like, hey, go over there. Go that. Can't turn down the classic zombies. The classic zombies is World at War, dude. That's not Black Ops 1. They continue to zombies, like they're the second game to have zombies, but World at War is the first. They're the classics. Black Ops 1 is good too. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying that it isn't. It most certainly is. In comparison, you gotta be real. Bare bones in comparison, you do realize that's like when zombies first started, it was meant to be kind of like a fun little side game. It wasn't really meant to be like this expansive thing, but because people loved it so much, they decided to like create like a little side like lore and little side universe with it. I mean, it's bare bones because that's where zombies initially got start. Like a lot of the initial beginnings of the lore and all that type of shit with zombies, like started with that franchise, with World at War. Made it better in Black Ops. Yeah, like I'm not dissing on that. Like I don't disagree. I'm just letting you know where like the true OG classics are when it comes to zombies, which is World at War. It started, the whole side franchise of Call of Duty Zombies, which, for the most part, is good. Like, I would say that, like, the last ones they did are fucking absurd. Like, but at least, like, the World at War Zombies, Black Ops 1 and 2 Zombies, World War 2 Zombies, I haven't played that one. Trench shot is great for 20 rounds. Well, it's a trench gun. And yeah, that bad boy, like, I mean, honestly, the trench gun for most of the zombies is a fucking good gun. But to be fair, it is a shotgun. Shotgun, go boom, make a big hole. Oh, here. Here, keep playing the music. What they did in World War II Zombies was copy and paste Black Ops Zombies in new scenarios. Well, that's what like a lot of the zombies eventually kind of became, and also the lore just got comical too. Like it just started getting a little too fucking ridiculous. Like it had like a good peak period, and I think, at least in my opinion, I think Black Ops 2, is probably where. It really had its last, like, hoorah. And then after that, it started to eventually go downhill, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think World War II is where it really hit, but that's when it started to kind of lag. Because I've seen at least gameplay of it, and I'm like, okay, it looks fun and good, but it's definitely not like, like the peak of what they were. And then ever since then, you know, when I saw like, what was it? There was like I think with, which one was it? There was like another one after that. After one of the other Call of Duties. I mean, there's been so many of these fucking Call of Duties that honestly, like, you know, I get fucking, like, all of it mixed up. I like the early days when they had a Cuban president fighting alongside the US president. Yeah, it was JFK and Castro. I'm not gonna lie, like, when it came to, you know, fighting in, like, what was that name of that map? I think it was just simply called DEFCON. Or something like that. But I always loved either being JFK or Castro. Also, Nixon was fun too. Because his commentary was kind of hilarious. And it always sounds like this. It sounds like someone's breaking in. Relax, Dick. It's just a storm. Storm of zombies about to murk your ass. And then fucking JFK just, I love the intro to that map too, because JFK just like hits a button and you just have this wall of fucking guns. Like JFK just hiding this just fat wall of just like weapons and shit. It's like, damn, John. It's like, damn, Fitzgerald. Didn't know you were packing some heat. Dude, what if the White House actually, or like somewhere in there actually does have that? Like, they could just press a button and there's just literally a wall of guns, you know, just there. For him and the Secret Service agents and shit. Is Nixon dead? Yeah, Nixon's dead. Yeah, Nixon died a while ago. I'm pretty sure he was dead before I was even fucking born, bro. So, like, I'm pretty sure he's been gone for a long time, dude. Here. I'll look it up. Oh my god, I'm just fucking... Ugh. Okay, there we go. Hey. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he died in 1994. Yeah, so he wasn't even alive when I was born. Like, he was long dead. Wouldn't be surprised if all of their ancient armories in the White House. Secret armories in the White... Ancient? Secret armories in the White House? Dude, there certainly are. I mean, the minimal just for the Secret Service. Like, I can guarantee you the Secret Service certainly has, like, you know, little secret caches, you know, if they need it. Like, I mean, and just no one else really knows about it outside of maybe certain people. I mean, honestly, I would be shocked if, honestly, that wasn't, you know, a thing. Because, like, let's say, for whatever reason, Secret Service needs extra firepower and they don't really got that on hand, then they can, you know, have it accessible, hidden away somewhere in, like, a wall or some shit. Like a secret little, like, wall, you know, like, compartment or some shit. Which I most... Like I said, I certainly think could possibly be, you know, a thing. I'd actually, like I said, would be, you know, kind of shocked if it wasn't. I know why Mitch had a seizure on TV. Saw the Grim Reaper and the crowd staring back at him and he panicked. I mean, everyone, like, it has made that joke, though, so, I mean, I won't admit it's not really as funny. You gotta, like, be a little more creative with this one now. Everyone's made the Grim Reaper jokes, so now I need to, like, find some other ones. You saw Nancy Pelosi naked. So he freaked out and he was like, "Rrr." Like Nancy Pelosi naked is basically just Medusa, and he froze up like a stone until he looked away. My Tumblr to see such beauties. What is it? It's... Oh my god, what the fucking hell, yeah, dude. You saw Hillary's true form? Yeah, dude, you saw Hillary's true form. Dude, those, like, spiral glazed, I'm assuming cinnamon donuts look fucking fire, dude. You could say you got hard as a rock. You kind of, let it hang there in the end. You kind of had, you know, I mean... that they store rocket launchers by... Well, they kind of do, but in, like, on the roof and shit. Like, they do have, like, legit, unironically, like, anti-aircraft and, like, rocket systems at the White House, but it's, like, on the roof and shit. Show the shirt. My Fishbone shirt. Oh. Oh. This is a family channel, Ignore. I know it is. But hey, it's for the edgy families. Is it safe if it's inside a red watermelon and has a yellow rind? Or it could be nitrates. A yellow rind? I would think so. It couldn't be left hanging at fuck. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah. When it just simply says fuck, you know, right at the very top, I mean, it's like, huh, what does that mean? What is going on with this? But, yeah, Fishbone's like a, kind of like a rock, ska, reggae fusion band, and, they were doing a live show last night, which was fucking amazing. Actually, I have one video already uploaded, but it's from the opener, Los Malvados. I'm going to at least get some more uploaded here throughout the day later. And tomorrow. The Ride of Zelda Dog. I mean, I've already seen the rind. His rind has come and gone. Says no, I can't go. What? Even if I, you know, offer to at least pay in some part, you know, the ticket and just a concert in full. Even with that offer, it's going to be on my own. Okay, alright, now I feel like you're trolling. Bruh. Bruh. No, genuinely ask her, dude. I'm being serious, dude. I'm not even kidding. Because, I mean, I don't necessarily see why she wouldn't, you know, say no. I mean, like, there's already, you know, at least a foundation in place, you know, to have me visit you. So, what would be the issue of doing it the other way around? It's barely a child. Barely a child? Then what am I, a toddler? Oh my god. Try and make a tough life choice. For next cheat day, should I try another cooking project? I was going to do butter chicken, or should I have lazy stoner meals? Butter chicken sounds pretty good. But you can never go wrong with, you know, some cheap lazy stoner meals. I mean, in a way, like, with stoner meals, like, I mean, they can be relatively creative. If they're enough of a base, you know, like, let's say, like, fried rice or something like that, and then you can add like some butter chicken in there, then add some other shit. Been eating sub sandwiches, Italian specialty subs. That sounds pretty good. Frozen pizza, I guess you could doctor them up, put some like diced onion, some olives on it, and some stuff like that. You could doctor it a little bit, a little garlic powder, and kind of sprinkle around on top. When I think stoner, I think at most 15 minutes to make barn baking. Yeah. I mean, for me, like, usually my staple stoner food right now is literally just, like, egg sandwiches I'll just whip up. Because it takes, like, about that long, actually. Depending on how I do it. Sometimes I'll get, like, a burger patty, just, like, one, and then as it's cooking, I'll, like, break it apart and have it all, like, grounded up and diced up, basically. And then once that's all cooked up, then I'll add the eggs in there and, you know, add that all together, season it up accordingly, and make a little sandwich out of that. Well, 2 or 3 of them. And straight up, fucking delicious. We'll make something that takes more than 5 minutes. Oh my god. I mean, I have done big ol', like, cooking projects, or I've, like, made a full-on fat soup that took, like, hours to make. And the end result was fucking quality. I mean, like honestly, I've done some full on cook sessions where sometimes it'll take like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. You know, sometimes a few hours, like I said. You know, but it just depends on what you're making. I mean, on average, for me, when I'm cooking stuff, it takes like maximum 30 minutes, but that just depends on what I'm making. Usually, it's more about like 10 to 15, just because I'm usually making more easier stuff. But stuff that can easily, like be doctored up, or you can add shit to it. Like with eggs, I mean, you can add most stuff to it, when you scramble up, like especially if you like caramelize some onions and stuff like that, a little bit of ground beef or a little shredded chicken, just some shit like that, or some bacon, get that in there. Can't cook when I'm cooking for others. Don't want to get sued for sickness. Dude, that's why, no. I'll make sure that you never fucking cook for me ever. I'm just gonna make that fucking clear. So on Facebook being shared as a motivational story. It shouldn't ever happen. It's gonna wait, what's going on with this? Oh my fucking god. I can't make this uptime so tough for everyone, but I salute this queen. She didn't have no babysitter, but still came to work. That's not a positive thing. That's fucked up. Like, she's basically doing two jobs at once. And, and can't afford to have somebody watch over her kid. So, like, there's, like, literally 8,000 indictments of that one just post alone, dude. Oh my god. Like, shouldn't it be the fact that, like, if you're a parent and you have a kid, like, you should be able to afford a babysitter, or at least have some sort of affordability or subsidy to be able to have someone look over your child if you can't? Like, shouldn't that at least be, like, some sort of a bare minimal there? Because, like, what the fuck? Also just shows, like, how fucked wages are, too. Like, cause, like, I mean, if working there, basically cannot afford you anything, when it comes to, like, raising a kid and shit, then, what the fuck? That's a problem. Oop. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this before. Gays against drag queens. We did it. We find outlawed all trans people and drag queens. Thank you for your help. How be your service? So we're going after next. Stares at him. It says next. Stares at him. Ooh. Stares at him. Just keeps staring at him. Just like, I'm looking at you, you little queer bitch. That's who. It's like, my lord. And it just makes me, think about, like, Dave Rubin, Blair Wright, all you motherfuckers. Like, I mean, like, that comic's talking about y'all. Because, I would imagine that, like, like, being a part of a group that's marginalized and, like, helping, with aiding in the oppression of said group is not really going to help you somehow be exempt from that. It only prolongs it for you. Reproductive labor, Federici talks about it. I mean, isn't it kind of like what capital requires in a way? At least if I'm understanding it right. Like, because the idea, especially when it comes to labor in a very hyper-capitalistic paradigm that we're in, is that it requires, endless production for endless profit. And thus requires, a maximization of labor consistently, which part of that requires for people to be, reproducing a lot. Which honestly is why, in some ways, especially in America, Christianity and capitalism go really hand in hand, because especially in a lot of churches, especially in the South, really proselytize the whole idea of, like, spreading your, seed and spreading your flock around and shit like that. They want abortion to be illegal to maximize the production of people. Yep, that's another aspect of it, where they want to, like, pretty much oppress, women's bodily autonomy with when it comes to their choice and of what they do with their body. So that's another aspect of it too, which is heavily pushed and expanded on by a lot of Christian elements within the United States and far right elements in the U.S. So another example of how capitalism and Christianity in the United States go hand in hand. And I barely say Christianity in the U.S. because Christianity here in America is uniquely more evangelical, more right-wing in comparison to the rest of the world. Like, outside of, like, the Catholic Church, like, in places like in Europe, like, Christianity is nowhere near as, like, far-right and extreme as the U.S. is. That's why I kind of, emphasize that. Because we kind of have, like, our own weird, crazy shit going on over here when it comes to that stuff. Which, I mean, if anything, it just kind of shows that to some extent they're still kind of, like, more true believers to that sense. Because they're all about, trying to, like, push the idea of God through the sword. Which is in the Bible, too. But that won't produce... Wait, what? But that won't produce child, therefore the behavior capitalists don't care about at best or hate it at worst for not bringing any more kids. Yeah. Because at the very least, they'll still see you as something that they can, exploit the labor of. But, they will see you as more of a benefit and have more value and thus get more uplifted, in society if you're someone who's willing to have children. And that's also why there's, like, this societal conditioning of, like, so when are you having kids? When are you having kids? Not just from your own family members, but from, like, other people, too. And it's just like, I don't. Like, I mean, I just simply don't. And even if I do, I would adopt a kid. It wouldn't be adding more. Because there's, like, plenty of kids out there that, can easily, have far better lives if they were just simply adopted by people that want to be parents instead of them just having their own little kid. Because straight up, like, I mean, like, with how much of, like, our foster care system and, like, and all that is in this country is just fucked. So, I mean, especially when it comes to, like, people who want to be parents, at least for me, I, would encourage them to try to adopt because, like, it would help, those kids get out of that fucking cycle and out of that fucking system. Because it's abusive and really fucked up. And I've had friends that have, like, been off and on in the foster care system before, too, and it's not good. Like, I mean, there's been times where there's been all sorts of various different elements of abuse and shit. It's Alabama, I mean, talking, Jesus fucking Christ. Venom, what the hell? What the hell, sir? Ugh. Oof. Ugh. And I hate being stiff as a board. Ugh. One of my good friends growing up was repeatedly by her foster mom. Which proves, like, my point when it comes to this whole thing about abuse in the foster care system. That's just on the most extreme level. Which happens more often than people think. I'm stiff as a board.
Yeah.
So you are too.
I definitely exceeded my standing time.
And what's worse, that I already had, like, a crook in my neck for, like, the last 2 days, and that is definitely not feeling any better, and I think that has, like just expanded down further a little bit instead.
I just got my back's killing me.
And my knee's been all weird,
my neck's
so.
feeling better this morning, but it was pretty sore last night. I pulled my head up at the end of the show.
Just having to get out of there at 18, but 2 years later for trauma. Jesus. You could be... They should set up the Pokemon in the swamps of fucking Missouri or something. You've encountered inbred Pikachu. It then has an overgrown eye in one ear. It then like some weird ass buck tooth that's just like sticking out extended. Wish I if I could have saved her. Well, I mean, I wouldn't really, I don't know. I wouldn't really have like a guilt about it, dude. I mean, you know, it's not like you like knew much about like, you know, any of the situations, so it's not really, and you had your own shit going on too. There's, you know, it's not really something you can fret out too much. Be shy of girls. Well, again, I mean, it was, you know, it's just a different you now versus then. So, I mean, again, it's not something, you know, you can really fret over. Each take hard turns from lighthearted to depressing fast. Dude, for real, Venom, how do you, like, get this shit into a roller coaster, bro? We're talking about, like, inbred Pikachu, and then we're just like this. So, bruh. Leave it one. Well, I mean, I have to go to work, but you're fine. No one's like being like, oh my god, baby. I'm just. I mean, that's just how these streams go. Sometimes I do that shit. Like, I will be like going lighthearted and all of a sudden go, hey, don't be boofy. It's like straight driving, then someone jerks the wheel off a cliff. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god, dog. Oi! You butt munch! Shut up! What the hell? Seriously? Dude. Was the dude enough to stop him? Did we respond to him, dude? Guess that works. Just one star set the tour, damn it. Didn't we look them up and were they? I thought they were. Nope. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, not yet. Oh wait, actually, I think I remember. Yeah, you said there was like some announcement post that they're going to eventually start one. Oh yeah, I think I found something. Yeah, it says it looks like they're working on a new album. Once that, you know, ends up, you know, being finished and everything, they're going to do their tour. Which a lot of bands usually tie their tours with album releases anyway. So, yeah, it seems like they might be like in the middle of finishing up their album right now. So by the time like 2024 rolls around, like maybe near the end of that year, they'll probably start touring. So probably next year. If not, the beginning of 2025. But I would assume 2024. Like the very nick end of summer, and then like the fall, winter time. And I'm assuming around that time is probably when their album's going to be released. Just taking a hunch. Guess there's a release of albums for every 2 to 3 years. Nice. Good consistency. Does drop this year, definitely next year. Yeah. Which, chances are it probably won't drop this year, but it'll probably drop sometime next year for sure. Like, because I know if that's the case, then they're probably going to do their tour and do it in the middle of the expected time of the album to be released. Because by the time they do the tour, the production, all that shit's done. They're just producing, like, the CDs so they can have them shipped to different places so then, you know, they can be shipped out and sold. And all that stuff. So, with that, there's definitely going to, probably be a tour in 2024. Likely, like I said, during the summer to fall time, potentially. Maybe during the winter time, too. I mean, chances are they're going to do international shows, so, like, chance they might start in Europe, and then, like, during, like, the fall time, maybe winter time, they'll be in the U.S. But a few bands can hold me that well. I didn't say they're not my taste. I mean, they're good. I mean, sure, I don't listen to them all the time, but yeah, I'll listen to them. There's a few people that have like Star Set shirts around here sometimes. Like I recognize a few people that are fans of them here, at least in the neighborhood. A random Alabama guy out of Star Set shirt. Well, it just kind of shows how popular there are. Just see Trump merch floating around. That's really sad. I mean, we'll see that occasionally, but not all the time. I had Sloppy Joe spaghetti last night. Sloppy Joe spaghetti? That's definitely got me intrigued. Decent, but I double up on the sauce next time. Sounds good. Definitely got me curious to try it out. What's the sloppy toppy from under by Jesus Christ? Alright, well, I'm gonna head off to work. Not all that fun stuff. You have fun with the sloppy toppy with Thunderby and their buddies. Man, I just hope it's slow as fuck like it was yesterday. That's all I care about. But, anyhow, peace out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. So, toodaloo, buckaroos.